when I founded the Dust of Soul. Now this is 12 years ago, and it's more during our lifetime. We have so many fears, we have so many programmings, we have so many belief systems from the school, from the past, from the family. Every day there are new belief systems they coming into our energy field, and this makes a lot of dust. And this dust is the fear. Then you are like, oh no, I don't do this because I'm not like this, because you think you have to be like this or that. Then you stopping yourself, and the dust getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's like in an apartment. When you never clean your dust, you don't see how beautiful is your apartment. And the same is with dust of soul. When you don't clean your dust, your fears, your belief systems, you never find out how big, how shiny is your soul. So I am kind of like I cleaning up the dust from your soul, and then you get connected again with your soul purpose, with your power of your heart, and then you can really do the steps that is really matters to you, and not just that you think in your mind because other people doing this, oh maybe I should do this. No, the soul purpose is much, much deeper. But sometimes we lost the connection to ourselves because of the dust, and we cannot see the soul. We are not in touch. We are just like robots working, paying our bills, feeling sick, our body gets sick, and we asking ourselves, why is that happening to me? It's because the dust is so heavy, you have to clean up.
Welcome to a Broaderlands podcast. The opinions expressed on Broaderlands podcast are those of the guest speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views of the host or Broaderlands podcast. Saskia, welcome to Broaderlands podcast.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much.
Now, thank you. Your name, Dust of Soul. Maybe you can expand on that. Share a little bit about the meaning behind your group's name.
So my name is Saskia Stäuble, and Stäuble means dust in English. So Dust of Soul is also, yes, our musician name. So we are Dust of Soul. I work with the medium pianist Michael. He's a piano medium. He channels music into the piano, and then he gives it to the audience, and then he can read on the piano which chakra is related to that melody, and that's how we can help them to have a very good connection to the soul, to the spirit, but also like to the body through music. So, and I'm a singing psychic medium, and my second name is Dust in English, but it was not related to my family name when I founded the Dust of Soul. Now this is 12 years ago, and it's more during our lifetime. We have so many fears, we have so many programmings, we have so many belief systems from the school, from the past, from the family. Every day there are new belief systems they coming into our energy field, and this makes a lot of dust. And this dust is the fear. Then you are like, oh no, I don't do this because I'm not like this, because you think you have to be like this or that. Then you stopping yourself, and the dust getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's like in an apartment. When you never clean your dust, you don't see how beautiful is your apartment. And the same is with dust of soul. When you don't clean your dust, your fears, your belief systems, you never find out how big, how shiny is your soul. So I am kind of like I cleaning up the dust from your soul, and then you get connected again with your soul purpose, with your power of your heart, and then you can really do the steps that is really matters to you, and not just that you think in your mind because other people doing this, oh maybe I should do this. No, the soul purpose is much, much deeper. But sometimes we lost the connection to ourselves because of the dust, and we cannot see the soul. We are not in touch. We are just like robots working, paying our bills, feeling sick, our body gets sick, and we asking ourselves, why is that happening to me? It's because the dust is so heavy. You have to clean up. You clean up with your meditation. You clean up with shaman rituals. You clean up with sound healing. I'm cleaned up my dust with my music and my voice. So everyone has a different kind of like a different connection to the universe. Everyone has kind of like a different language with the universe. Mine is music. And that's why Dust of Soul. So many of our audience, they say, I'm the dust, Michael is the soul, and together we are Dust of Soul. And
That's awesome.
together we bring that into a next movement, into a cleaning process. And yes, sometimes you have to cry, sometimes you have to scream, sometimes it hurts, but when you go over it, the soul is so powerful. We are so powerful. We just forgot about that. That's it. So that's the meaning behind Dust of Soul.
Well, you just defined my purpose of living on a spiritual basis. It's about taking
Mm.
responsibility for your own life, your own actions, your own thoughts, your
Mhm.
behaviors, and questioning your perception, and going within when there's some turbulence, emotional turbulence within, and just taking responsibility and having understanding and compassion and continuing to question yourself.
Yes, because now you're an adult. And of course, when you are a child, you are in the wrong environment or school or things. You get pushed in so many things that hurts you or that is still in your cells, in your body, and you
Mm.
cannot flee. I mean, you have to stay there. So you are a child, you are kind of like in this situation, but now you're an adult. And when you feel like, you know what, my relationships are always like in a very, I don't know, like rough environment, I always meet the wrong people. Look inside, because you giving that out, and it could be a belief system, a programming. And when you clean that out, then you can find out, hey, wait a moment. I want to have peaceful relationships. I don't need the drama. The
Mm.
drama came from this dust from the past. So um, that's kind of like how now you are as an adult. Yes, you have to take the responsibility. If you want to change something in your life, it's up to you. You cannot blame others. You cannot blame the politics. It's up to you to
Mm.
make the best out of that what you have. And if you're not happy with that, then it's up to you to find that inner peace, because it's not your parents, it's not your neighbors, it's not your boss, it's you. And that's it. And many people don't like that, because they love to say, oh, when I would have another boss, I would be better. No, no, no. You cannot run away from yourself. I learned that in a hard way. So you can run, but you will follow you yourself, So there is no chance that no, inside there is the work, and then the reflection will be outside in a very beautiful way.
Well, thank you. They taught me early on, um, when I was new to the path, the world doesn't have to change for you to be okay. You do. Or what does Gandhi say? Be the change you wish to see in the world.
Mm.
And I
Mm.
love that. Can you share a little bit about your upbringing and your experiences that help shape your journey to this point?
I mean, you said it right. So there is not a past life. There is a lot of dimensions at the same time.
Mm.
And with every decision, you decide which dimension is active. So there is only the now, and people still think, oh, there is a past life, but the past life is working right now already with me. So everything is it's in the same timeline, and you're just switching between dimensions. So when my family is not supporting music. They don't speak with me until today. My dad died 3 years ago. That's totally okay. And my mom is like avoiding me because I do music, and now I bring music and spirituality together. So I'm kind of alone on that path. And as a child, when I was 6, 7, it was always my dream to be a singer, but I could not find the way to it because I had zero support. So So I lived my normal life. And with 29, I had a brain stroke. I was paralyzed my left side.
Wow.
And this book, Conversation with God, I had this conversation with the universe. I was in the hospital. They asking me, hey, why you don't sing? And I was like crying. And I was so clear in my mind. But I couldn't speak because you have so many muscles in your face. When you have a brain stroke and you're paralyzed, you cannot speak anymore. So I just cried. I just had this inner conversation. And then I gave this promise to myself, okay, when I can sing, when I can speak, when I can stand up, I go on my journey. And I don't give up until I sit by the Grammys in Los Angeles. So because that was always my dream, like, whoa, when I was 29 with my brain stroke, this is not normal. So in that moment, because they were asking me why you don't sing. And I said, because I have no band, because I never went to music school, because I don't know how to read notes. They always said to me, you have to sing, you have to sing, you have to sing. And I was like, what? So, but then I gave that promise and I felt something in my hand and it came all back in 3 days and I walked out of the hospital. But then, many people have like an awakening moment or like a connection. But then the question is, what do you do with it? Do you just give that promise that you can do the next step and say, oh, now I'm good. I don't need to go on my journey. It's a little bit tricky. So it's not done with one decision. It's continue and continue and period and period. And I was engaged in this time. My life was perfect for the other people, but not for me because I want always to be an artist, spiritual artist. So I have to face that to say, no, I don't want to be married in this life. No, I don't want to have kids. And I have to tell my mom, I go on my spiritual journey. I don't care what you think. And I did it. And everyone was against me because I said, you are in Switzerland. You are in a safe space. Why you would do this? This is insane. But then step by step, I start to channel music. I start to hear things. I took this thing serious because I knew this is my last chance. So, and then I started to sing and my whole body came totally back. I got visions. I start to sing. I found Michael and then we did that together with frequency music. And then every soul song, every concert helped me to heal from this 29 years of no way, don't do that. This is dangerous. And I said, there is a way. There is a way. There has to be a way. I don't give up. So every step counts and it's something you do a decision, but then you have to do it again and again and again and again and again and again. So, and I'm still on my journey. And now I'm in Los Angeles. I was never so close to the Grammys until today. But it's every time face the fears, face the and then go into the next and to the next. And you will be surprised 10 years later. Whoa, I was starting like this when I read my journals today from 12 years ago. I'm thinking I was a baby. I was a baby. And today when I look at it, I'm like, whoa, I learned so much and about me, about the world, about energy. That's so amazing. That's a gift. It's a gift. To be on a healing journey is a gift.
I love that. Thank you. There's a saying, to thy own self be true. And that's a beautiful
Mm-hmm.
saying, but you're actually living it. And I really appreciate that. I love hearing your
Mm-hmm.
stories.
I have to. I'm so in love with music. I want to know how far can I go? I'm still curious, I'm still curious. Like, wait a moment. How far can I really go? What is behind this and this and this? And I'm very happy that I'm still that curious.
Sometimes I say many people could read the music, very few hear the melody, and fewer still can sing the song. And you can do all three. I've been watching your videos like, whoa, I appreciate you. It seems like intuition seems to guide your life, and
Yeah,
music is
right.
a profound way. How do you
Yeah.
define it, and what have you learned about listening to and trusting your own intuition?
So yeah, you totally got it right. It's kind of like to trust the intuition and I was because I was a chef in a kitchen 10 years, I was in a very masculine environment. So I had to be taking pills when I'm not feeling well. I have to work like a man, and I can work. That's not the problem. But the masculine side was too high. But now for my spiritual awakening, I have to bring it in balance again, because my feminine side is more my singing side. And when I start to sing, I feel my body. I see past lives or dimensions. I see numbers. I see colors for people. And then they can work with that, and I can
Wow.
work with that too. So it's kind of like to listen to my inner voice. That is, and until today, sometimes outside is so loud, I have to go back and say, wait, I have to sit, I have to listen to my inner voice. So, it's amazing when you and then you get very fast. I mean, there is a spiritual hack for your body when you know where is your yes and your no. I don't know if you know about this spirit hack. And you ask your body out loud, body, show me my yes. And my yes is in my chest. When I feel a yes, then it feels here. Body, show me my no. Then it's in my root chakra and I feel like, ugh, like to throw up. So, but when you are in contact with your body, because your body is your compass, especially for me, my body is my instrument. So I have to be in contact, and not just to sing perfect and then it's just here, but the rest of my body is a mess. So because when I'm singing, I give this energy to my audience. And it's not about perfection. It's about my heart. I want to give them something from my heart, and not just that they think, oh, wow, she's a good singer. I don't care if I'm good or not good. I care if you feel something. And that's the most important thing, because then I feel something too. And then we are connected. And that's the inner voice. That's the intuition. And when you are in contact with your body, for example, with the yes and the no, I had a phone call, like with video phone call with some beautiful woman. And I said, oh, there is this beautiful event. We want to have you there. It will be VIP people. You can do soul songs for VIP people. And my mind, my masculine mind was always like, oh, that's a good chance. Let's do this business. Da, 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 da. But then my body was reacting like, whoa. And it was like, wait a moment, stop. Something is not, they lie to me, or because everything is frequency. And when you are really in your body, you can sense the frequency. People can speak to you whatever they want. They can dress in gold. You don't care because you read the frequency. And that is something very, very powerful.
Wow.
And then they talked with me. They say, you will have this opportunity and this. And my body the whole time, like, whoa. But my mind was like, yes, 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 this business opportunity. But then I went back after the phone call and I said, I have to be honest to them. And I say, we don't do that. I will tell them that we don't do that. It's not good for us. So I called them again. I said to them, you know what? We are not into that. And thank you so much for the opportunity, but I don't do it. After that, my body was relaxed and relieved. They called me next day back and they said, oh, every celebrity couldn't come and so the event would not be happening. And, so it was all like, I knew it. There is something in behind. I don't know if they lied or something, because I said no and I took my responsibility. I could save us from losing money, losing time, and being in a wrong environment. So all these things are very connected to your intuition, and you can train that. But still today, I mean, I do this now 12 years, but still today, I have to train it by myself all the time. So it's not, I do it once and then it's done. No, because your body is a living being. You are a living being. So you always have to do your practice. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, thank you. You were on the news, going back to your stroke. Weren't you on the news at your local news channel,
Oh,
wherever
yeah.
you lived? I forget, I don't know the exact
Yeah.
city you lived in, but um, how would you define a miracle? And how did you actually heal yourself?
I mean, for me, music healed myself. Music is my healing thing. I think music saved my life. Absolutely. That I started to sing, it saved me. And I mean, until today, I never had a brain stroke again. I'm very thankful for that. Um, because the diagnosis was brain stroke, paralyzed brain stroke, but connected with a migraine. So the last month I had sometimes a migraine, and I was you can imagine how scared I was when the migraine came in, that something happened. But it was very, I, now I understand that migraine is also an update for spiritual energy. So it was very nice. It was not hurting at all. It was different. So I think the miracle, we are the miracle. We are our own miracle. And when we start to accept that and to tune into that, for everyone, there will be miracles everywhere, around the corner, in a coffee store, in a podcast, everywhere. So we are our own miracles. But we have to activate that again, or because it's always active, but it's very low. And you can tune into that, and then you will have your miracles in your life. I mean, I have my own miracles. You have your own miracles. You know, everyone has his own frequency and miracles, and that's pretty powerful.
Yeah, it is. Thank you. Thanks for that reminder as well. Um, so your experience helped reshape your understanding of music and the spiritual force behind it, obviously. And you use your music to help heal people or help people heal themselves, however you want to look at it. It carries like a deep vibrational impact on people, right? How would you define frequency and what does it mean? What does it mean and how does it look within yourself when you're channeling music?
I mean, at the very beginning from our journey, we were still working with 440, like the normal frequency when you record music. The piano is tuned in that. Every orchestra is tuned in that. Um, but then during the journey, we went in different countries and we spoke with a lot of different musicians. We were in Arabic countries. We were in Mumbai, of course, in Germany, in Italy, in France. So all Europe things. Um, and I always had a feeling like there has to be more. Music is not just entertainment, or music is not just to blame someone because you have a broken heart, or just, like music has to be more. Maybe I have a very romantic relationship with music, but there was always this feeling, this is not the full spectrum of music. So and then during the journey I started to read article about frequencies, and then the first frequency was 432, and that's a meditation frequency, and the sound bowls are in that, and many forks, the tuning forks, and this glass forks, and old instruments from old native circles are in that, and they were using that for their circles, for their families, and for communities. So I start to be curious, like, oh, wait a moment. And then I have to talk with Michael, because Michael is really the musician, like the instrumentalist from Dust of Soul. For me, until today, I can't read notes, nothing. I'm just curious, So when I have a music question, I go to him and say, "Hey, Michael, what is that? What that means with the piano? Can you explain that to me?" So, and he's very calm. He has a lot of patience with me. So, and then he said, "Yeah, this is the meditation, and we can." And then I asked him, "Can we tune the piano in that? Is that possible?" And he said, "You can tune the piano whatever you want. I mean, you can. I mean, it depends what you want." That's it, maybe 432. So we tuned the piano in this frequency, and I started to sing. And it was totally different. My body starts to vibrating, my body starts to relax. And from there, we start to do that on our concerts for the audience. And people were they said, concerts sometimes in Switzerland was 2 or 3 hours. People were still there. They don't want to leave. They say, no, what time is now? They said, it's 3 hours later. They said, no, this is impossible. They said, no, it's 3 hours later. So kind of like, whoa. So there is the dimension, what music, and then we started to find out 528 DNA repair. And of course, on YouTube, there is a lot of crap. I would prefer, so we work with the Soak app or with our own music. Soak app is clinic, is with scientists, is for pain. I work with that for my menstruation pain. Then we have our own app that we work with frequencies. So when that's the only thing what I really want to say to your audience or to someone that ever looks at that podcast, when you go into frequency music, please make sure that you know the source. That's a clean source, because YouTube is not a clean source. You can upload everything you want, and their music is such a powerful tool. Even there is, wow, 1 million listeners. Don't listen to it. Look that you have a clean source, like read it from a website. Okay, but yeah, maybe it costs something. That's okay, because it can change your life. So the or listen to our music, that's also amazing. But you know what I mean, because music is so, Spotify, it's not a clean source. If you know the artist, if you know they really are into that, it's really a good source, then do it, go for it. But just when you start to work with sound healing frequency music, then you have to take the responsibility that you not listen to every crap, that you make your research. And that's very important, because there is so many things, they mix things under there, you cannot hear that, it's a frequency. And then you listen to something, but it's infuse you with dark energies. So just be aware when you start to listen to frequency music. That's the only thing that I would say. Ooh, make your research.
I love that.
Or listen to us. It's clean.
And I would love to. I'm gonna put down your links and stuff, your website,
Mhm,
and how to
mhm.
find you after when I upload this video. So yeah, thank you. Across all spiritual and religious traditions, you hear singing, chanting, mantras are all used for like spiritual connection or
Yeah,
transformation. I would love
yeah.
for you to expand on the reasoning for this and how does it influence energy, healing, and consciousness.
I would say, since you can think so humans chant, do it in religion things,
Mm.
the church, singing gospels. The voice is so powerful, and it's the gate to your body, but also to your higher self. So in that moment, when you start to sing, you have the direct connection to your higher self, but people don't know that. They just think, oh, I have to sing perfect. No, 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 no. It's not. Don't go too much in your masculine mind. Don't overthink it. Just sing, because then your body, your whole energy field connects with your higher self. Singing is always the connection, the highest connection to your higher self. And then, of course, you can create your own chant. So you don't have to chant things from different religions. You can create your own chant. And that's the most powerful thing. You can create your own spells. You can create your own things. So there is just, the only thing what you have to learn is to go out of your comfort zone and to go out of your mind and not to judge yourself. Like, why I cannot create my own chant. You can. It's super easy. But people are so cut in the system, school, family, whatever. They come not on the idea that they could by themselves. So I would say the proof is from million of years to sing, to chant, to connect that with your body and your higher self. So many history things are happening like this even today. So singing is one of the most powerful thing that you can do for yourself, for the community, whatever. And the only thing what we have to learn is to go out of the judgment that it has to be like a superstar or something. No, just sing, use your voice, and please let go of the shame, because that's the only thing that blocks you to get in contact with your higher self. And also in a so the brain, when you start to sing, something happens in your brain. So you start to make new connection in your brain as well. So singing is so powerful, it can heal your brain. And after 6 years or something on my journey, I was asking a music therapist in Switzerland. I said to him, you work in clinic, you work with people, they have Alzheimer, you work with music many years, I mean, 30 years. I have a feeling I am today, after the stroke, 6 years later, I am more smart than before the stroke. But how can that be? So I was not dumb, but I had a feeling like I am more smart today. And he looked at me and he said, it's because you singing. It's because you create your own music. It's because you channeling, you creation. It's not always channeling. It's also like songwriting. You create your own songs, and that makes new connections in your brain. And that's why it could be that you are today smarter than before the brain stroke. And that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So all these things, it's related to singing, and we just have to let go the shame and just tap in. And it's again, like from the beginning, it's up to you if you want to tap into your power or not. It's up to you.
I love that. Thank you. Yeah, because if you look back at all these spiritual traditions, even like
Mhm.
in Hinduism, and that's why I
Yeah.
like the Bhagavad Gita, means the song of God, but they have Om. Om.
Yeah.
And when you feel that
Mhm.
vibration within you, man,
Mhm.
that chanting is
Mhm.
powerful.
Mhm.
Even
Mhm.
AUM, um, or
Mhm.
Amen. You hear Amen,
Yeah.
even that has that vibration,
Yeah.
frequency in that,
Yeah.
and those are powerful. You brought up higher self. How would you define the higher self? Because you said, if we have to get rid of the judgment or even doubt, to tap
Mhm.
into it. I love how you said that. Would our higher self be the deeper depths of our soul?
I would say the higher self is like a feeling. When I tap into my higher self, I feel so safe.
Mm,
And I feel like coming home and like a hug from the universe. And it's kind of like, okay, okay, now I'm breathing. Now I'm okay. And then something happens. Then when I'm in my higher self, ideas coming in. How to, when I have a problem, how to have a solution for that. It's kind of like when I'm singing or when I'm doing meditation and I'm just connect with my body and my soul, the solution comes in like, oh, that's a good idea. And I had no clue from where this idea comes.
mm,
And I think I read in a book many years ago, every idea is from your higher self. An idea is why you have an idea about something. It's like the higher self. It's a connection to your higher self because it comes from there. It's from your higher self to bring a solution or to bring something into your energy field. So every idea is an answer from your higher self.
mm. I love that. I heard
That's
that.
cute, right?
Yeah, the
I say,
soup.
okay, more ideas, please.
I heard the Sufi mystic once say, "Silence is the language of God. All else is a poor translation." And I heard you shared a short video on your channel, and I love it. And it says, and I would love for you to talk about the positive and negative energies. And and you said something like, "Why is negative energy loud, nasty, and
Mm,
dirty?" And I love
yeah,
that. I was like,
right.
"Whoa!" Um, I'd love for you to expand on that briefly.
It's yeah, that's on our Instagram. Yes. Thank you for picking that up. So someone saw my video. Wow.
I love it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Um, you know, actually right now in the US, people losing kind of like the inner connection to themselves because of the news, because of all these things happening right now. And I mean, I'm 12 or 13 years, I think 13 years on this journey, and I went to different countries. And I was always thinking I have to sing loud that people hear me. And I was wrong, absolutely. So it's in the softness is the power. In the silence, if there would be no silence, there will be no music, because then it's in the pause there is the magic of the music. So the thing is, a positive affirmation, a positive thought, like, hey, I love myself, is 1,000 times, it's a frequency thing, is 1,000 times stronger than a negative one.
Wow.
So when you say to yourself in the morning, I love myself, I love myself, you go, there is you can find that in Google. There is a scala about frequencies and what kind of frequency has fear and guilt and anger and all these things. So, and then there is love, enlightenment, positivity, and it goes higher and higher. And when you speak with yourself in a good way, your whole cells starting to vibrate in a beautiful, peaceful way. So, and then the negative, why it has to be so loud, nasty, dirty. The thing is, negative frequencies, they are lower. So they need to do more loud things that they reach the top, the attention of the people. Because you can ask yourself, why I always see just negative news in the news, always. And it's overtaking. And it is because they are so low, they need to be in your energy field every hour, because otherwise you just will live your life and you see the beautiful flowers and everything is okay. But because it comes in every hour, you are afraid of that. Oh no, now this happening. Oh no, this. And where your focus goes, there your energy flows. So this energies needs your energies to stay in the quantum field. What if, that is just an example, what if nobody would read the news? Nobody. It would go away. Everyone would just go in the garden the whole day. Nobody would read the news. Nobody. Then it goes away because the frequency falls down and the focus goes on the garden. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, because the positive energy is so strong. When you say to someone, you can make a test. When you say to someone, I'm very thankful for you and I love you, it means the world for them. But the thing is, we get trained in the school, even when we get the test back, everything is red. And then we always have to focus on what we did wrong. And then instead you go home and they say, oh, wow, this is all wrong. Look, the red pencil there, and this is all wrong. And you say, yes, yes. But they don't say, hey, but this answer is right. That's pretty good. Nobody says that. So our brain, even as a child, goes always into, where is the negativity? Where is the negative thing? What I have to be better. But instead of that, it's just because then they can sneak in all this news, all this. And when you are an adult, you always have to focus on what is negative. If you when you have your talent, even when you have a talent, you go to school, we start to make a competition. Who is the best singer? Why we do that? Because singing is just an expression from your soul. There is no competition. So, but we as human, we go every time, even when we have a talent, we go into competition. That's very unhealthy for the energy field. So all these things, the peace, the positive energy has 1,000 times in a frequency scala, 1,000 times more power than a negative. Wow. So if you stand up, you have a bad dream, just tell yourself positive things and it will wash away. But it's practice, because that's why everything is so loud. Everything is so like, what you turn out the radio, you go on Instagram, everywhere is negative energy, because otherwise they cannot survive. It just will go away. It would go away. And you would think, oh, there is sunshine. There is no clouds. That's a nice planet, because it is a nice planet. That's why that it's about frequency.
Love that. Thank you. The news. I often wonder, like, is that part of what's creating so much disease in America with all the fear-based stuff we're being fed, whether it's with politics, even sometimes in religion, or the social media, the mainstream media, et cetera, et cetera. We're getting fed fear all over the place, and especially with our system we live in, most people, I think 60% of Americans are living paycheck by paycheck, which means they're on survival mode. They have stress. If they hit a bump on the road, then might not be able to pay, for certain things. So it's just, yeah, I just finding more ways to be more aware of this stuff and not to let it feed into us unconsciously, because it's destroying many people.
And the third eye records everything. When
Mm.
you look at news or even you hear something, because everything is sounds and it goes direct in your cells. And of course, then you are full of fear. And even when something happens that you pump into something, you are full of fear. You cannot connect to your higher self and have a solution for that. I mean, even when something happens in your life, there is always a solution, but you get so full of fear that, and it's recording everything in your third eye, that you have not the connection to say, wait a moment, but I have this phenomenal idea to fix that or this. I mean, I have sometimes things that I have to fix, but then I go back into meditation and I ask, okay, what can I do? What is the best that I can do? And then suddenly I think on a person, oh, I can ask this person, this garage guy, and then I can have him maybe to help me, and it works out. But it's because I'm not acting out of fear and lack. I'm acting out of, hey, universe, can you help me? I have a problem here. How can I have the best solution for that? And then I get connect with my, and that was something very cool when the people would learn that in school,
Yeah.
because then they have totally different solutions for their lives. They would be surprised how life can be.
Yeah, we need like
Like
a
what? Like miracles,
yeah.
miracles. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right, and we need coping skills, learning how to deal with life classes in school. With when we get in pressure, when fear and all that stuff. Like I know for me, I didn't know how to deal with that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
so I
Yeah.
drank it away for a long time.
Yeah, yeah,
To numb myself. I've heard you. Tupac Shakur said something. He says, "Let's change the way we eat. Let's change the way we live, and let's change the way we treat each other. See, the old way wasn't working, and it's up to us to do what we got to do to survive." Those are some really wise words from Tupac Shakur when he was just a youngster. Of course, he didn't have a
yeah.
long life. He had a lot of wisdom, even though he got caught up in some of the traps that we get caught up in on the streets. But I heard you mention something profound where you said about being a singer, taking responsibility, um, and being careful with what you're singing, with the lyrics, because it all has energy. I'd love for you to touch
Mhm,
on that because growing up
mhm,
as a kid, going back to Tupac, I heard a lot of gangster rap, and I didn't know the difference, and I think in the Bible it says, as a man thinketh in his mind, so is he. And I was feeding me all
mhm.
this negative, money, hoes, and whatever they want to talk about, and that's what I'm feeding my brain, and that's what I'm becoming. Especially if I'm already have like unresolved emotional pain, hurt, trauma, and I'm feeding myself this kind of stuff, kept me in a very lower frequency.
Um, yes. So, I mean,
Sorry.
I think you will not believe that, but as a teenager, I was listening to Cypress Hill, Wu-Tang Clan.
Me too.
Yeah. I was into Tupac, to all these things very much. And I don't know how they found me in that little village in Switzerland with 800 people. Still, I don't know how I got these CDs there. So, and, but I have to say something. So the thing is, the last 200 years, it was the Earth epoch.
Mhm.
I don't know if you know that every 200 years, the Earth changing into a new frequency. So we are right now, and I mean, that's very special that we are born now and that we can explore that. It's also a little bit, it's not so easy because it's just every 200 years. So we go now from the earth epoch into the air epoch. So in the earth epoch, all that rap, all that music, all that instrument, that success from how old is the US? It's 200 years old. So the US, it's the first time ever that the US now is in a shift to a next frequency, and it's the air epoch. So all about air, all about spiritual, all about, it's the first
Mm.
time. I mean, Switzerland, it's 800 years old. We had that 4 times. And there is many books about that. There is the fire epoch, earth epoch, air, and water. So it's the elements. And we go now into air. And it's the first time for the US. And in the Earth epoch, that's why there was so much success. It was all about earthy things, like working, instrument, automobile, all these things, all these earthy things came into. So also the music, it was about entertainment, about sex, about sexuality, about expression, about very aggressive. That is totally okay. It was in that epoch. It was okay. But now we changing into air. Now the responsibility for the artist start to change. So now we get aware of the spiritual, because air epoch, it's also the Aquarius time. It's about spirituality. It's about the higher self. It's about flow, not control. It's about learning to trust. It's all these things that we hate, because the last 200 years we had everything under control, but now it looks we have nothing under control. And that's totally normal. So even with the music, how is music transported? It goes through air. So now the singers, and especially the melody goes into the air, we have to be aware what we're singing, what we're chanting, because now it will go from the entertainment industry into healing music. The next 200 years, I don't know how long we live, but the next 200 years, the whole music business will change into healing music. And then it goes deeper with the responsibility to have clean music. It's about frequency. It's about what kind of chant, what kind of lyrics you sing to give to the people. Now that matters. It was not so important the last 200 years, but now it starts to matter. And that's why the chants in the religion, in the church, they chanting or they singing because it has power. So, but now, because it goes into the music healing business, every artist, every singer has to choose, I'm a victim or I'm a creator. You know what I mean? Because when you're always blaming and complaining in music and you sing that, now the air epoch, it will right away, you will call that in. That was not in the earth epoch. You could do music and speak about whatever you want, because earth is very slow, air is very fast. Wow. So now all these changes, that's a huge thing. There's many books out there about that. All these changes, that's why the music will be the biggest business in the next 200 years, but in healing music. So it's kind of like, the music business is not dead. The music business is about to change. And if people are thinking, oh no, I cannot entertain people. Yes, that's true, because now you have to look what you give out from yourself for your spiritual way. And that's why it's the big awakening, because the US is the first time in that shift ever, because
Wow.
it's just 200 years old.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Interesting, right?
Yeah. I mean, I heard some rappers, um, one of them from Both Dogs and Harmony, and some other producers um, said they talked about this secret meeting back in the day where these men in black came in. They didn't know who they were. They were just wearing these black suits. And they talked about, they really emphasized on sharing the negativity of music, talking about the gangster rap and, all this negative stuff. But it was to fill their prisons
Mm,
for money.
mhm, mhm,
Yeah, it's just sad. But I always say if we're gonna change, our the world or even say our country, it's changing our music and starting to change what we watch on TV.
mhm.
That's a major.
I mean, it's a long way to
Yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah.
Way to go.
But
But, but I see, and I felt even in my body what music can do and how it helped myself and many people. So I love that music now is changing from just entertainment into power and healing, and that everyone can kind of like empower themselves, because then we are all together powerful, and there is not one star and she's there at stage and ooh and wah. No, this is, everyone is the star, because it needs everyone to change the whole system. Like you said, it needs everyone.
yeah, you're right. And I think when we become more heart centered and make changes within
Mhm,
ourself,
mhm,
transformation, and more enlightenment, maybe, I mean, that follows automatically. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah,
you're right.
right, right. And we are in the beginning. We are in the baby beginning. So it's we are still in the change. I think it goes until 2035. Then we are complete in the Aquarius air epoch. But that's why this we are the bridge. And that's why your podcast is so important. You are a bridge. You are on the other side, like the bridge. You give people the hand and say, hey, look, I have something here. Maybe it helps you. So I am the bridge. I am there. I say, let's sing together. Let's create something together. Let's feel your body again. So it needs people to be the bridge that people can say, you know what? I want to change, but I don't know how. How I begin, how I start, what I'm doing. So it needs people. We do the bridge work, and we are kind of like in the middle of both. We experience the earth, but we also are curious about the air epoch. So your podcast is so important. Frequency music, everyone that plays a sound bowl, everyone that says, you know what? I'm curious about frequency music. Amazing. Just go be curious and then do what it feels right for your heart. And that's very important.
Yeah, thank you. I'm just a spray can in the hand of the divine ready to be used. I'm just playing. I'm
Mm.
just playing. Can you explain what music souling is and how it is allows you to connect with your audience in a deeper
um,
level?
Music souling is more the group experience. Music souling is to like it's the same like soul song journey. And we did that in Switzerland, music souling. And music souling is also with colors. Then you work with colors with the music. And we do 3 songs from our journey, and people feel the colors with them. And then at the end, they do their own reading. But this is like a group experience. But right now here in the US, um, we do soul song journeys, and that's sometimes we do a soul song journey for the people for the third eye. Then last Sunday we did something for abundance, because it's still in the eclipse season, for abundance too. And then Michael's piano was working with the frequency of 888. Pretty cool. So and people were vibrating on the grass, on the feet, they felt like, whoa. After that, and there is always food, because you have to ground yourself again. So, yeah, that's music journey. So both is for the group, and soul song, it's for one and one. Like we can do soul songs, like 1-to-1 session. Then we go into like a dimension or past life dimension, or we see numbers or spirit animals can come in, and Michael can tell the people which chakra is active or is blocked with his piano when he feels the piano. Sometimes he plays the piano and it's just in the white keys, and it's just in the white keys. There is no black key in this session. Sometimes there is only black keys. Sometimes there is in the beginning, it sounds a little bit weird because the family members came in. Every session is different. I mean, every soul song session via Zoom or direct in person is always a gift for us, and it's always a part of our healing journey as well. And to activate the self-healing with the people, it's not that we heal the people, we can't that we can do that, but we can help that they have a better connection, and that they feel like, you know what, I want oh, there was a hummingbird in my soul song. Why there was a hummingbird? So and then they start to Google it, to look in, then they see a hummingbird in real life, and they understand how the universe talks with them. Like, you have to find out your language with the universe and to decode that. And then you call in the miracles. So music is a beautiful instrument to learn how to decode your kind of language, your language with the universe, with your higher self.
Yeah, thank you. You talked about DNA repair earlier. Can you touch on that a little bit more?
That's the frequency 528.
Wow.
And 528 is when you had a shock or like a drama in your body, you just listen to it, because everything is still in your cells. Every drama, every memory, every like negative word, every positive word, of course, as well. But the DNA repair is helping to, that's also the Soak app. That is very powerful. They work with different frequencies, pain frequency, and you listen to it. And I have, for example, very menstruation pain because it comes from my family line, from my mother, because she was not using her spirituality. So I had to work on that many years until today. But when it's very, very tough for my body, I listen to this frequency. This is not 528, but it's a pain frequency. And then my cells can start to relax and to let go of that energetic blockage. And 528 is everything that is energetic still in your energy field. You just let it go of that finally, because it's stick around you in your aura or in your body. So I think we have a heart chakra activation in 528. I can send you that and you can listen to it, and then you can tell me if you feel something or if it helps. So if you want, I can send you that.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Mhm.
I've heard you talk about like working with groups and like you've developed a past life awareness. Um do you have any examples of that when you just realize someone's past life or you see their patterns from a past life in the present life?
So I can also share that from my past life. We had a concert in Switzerland in a beautiful castle, and I mean, I always had the voice to just sing like an opera singer, and nobody knows from where that is.
Wow.
Even my mom, nobody, I mean, nobody, really nobody. Nobody in my family is a singer or a musician. So, and then we did this concert, and I never had to do practice. And I can sing 5 octaves very easy. It's kind of like, okay, where is my toast or my tea? That's it. That's very easy. And other people, they have to train and to train. So, but it was always normal for me. So then, on that concert, I, I always had this is way back, these ball dresses. You see that on our website. And I always want to have my hair black. And I was never, I don't know why. So it was, and there was a man, and in the concert, he got pictures from my past life. So after the concert, he came to me. He said, "Okay," and he's from Germany, and he was the first time on a concert of us. And he said, "Saskia, I know what you were in a past life." And I said, "Okay, okay." And he said, "You were Maria Callas." And I told him, "No, I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. I don't know." So he said to me, "Just Google her, and then you will find out." So I Googled her, and I saw she has the same dresses like me. And she always has the hair black. And she is born in New York. And I channeled my first song after my brain stroke in New York on a park bench. And I felt home there.
Wow.
So then the other thing was, 3 weeks later, we got an invitation from Milano to make a concert in a beautiful theater. It was a Dreamers Day, just to motivate people, just to bring positive energy. We came to this stadium. It's just a little one, like a theater, not stadium, like a theater. And then I told Michael, "Oh, there is a coffee store right here on the corner. So let's go there after the rehearsal for a coffee." And then he said, "Yes, of course." So we went in. But then when we went out, there was a big sign on the theater. It's in memory of Maria Callas.
Wow.
And then I said, "Whoa, I felt home here. I know where to go, everything." So I was, what? And then after that, we went to this coffee store, and every photo from her was in that coffee store. And that was her favorite coffee store in Milano. And it was so like, what's going on here with music? What's going on here? So then from there, when people came to me, for example, one, she was sitting on the chair. I closed my eyes and I saw her as a queen. I saw this queen, this crown, and sitting with the queen, but she were betrayed from her sister. And that's why she felt so like, I have to close my heart. I never will have relationships. So I saw that in the song with Michael together. I put that's always we record the song because I can sometimes not remember the whole song. That's why it's recorded. After that song, I told her, I saw you as a queen and your sister betrayed you in that lifetime. She looked at me and she said, it was about jealousy in her system, the sister and her.
Wow.
She looked at me and she said, oh my gosh, in this lifetime, I have a feeling people treat me like a queen, or I have this queen energy. And I also, with my sister, she betrayed me in a jealousy, like about jealousy, but with a friendship or something with a boy, with a man or something. So I told her, you have to let go of that past energy around you because that will not serve you in this lifetime. So she was listening to the song, singing the song. 1 month later, her sister came back and apologized to her, and they have now a very good relationship. It's kind of like, finally, it's gone. It's done. The cycle is done.
Wow.
They start to build a new relationship with each other. They find out things from each other. They could not speak before about that with each other. So it's kind of like a new person, but it's not a new person. It's still her sister. So kind of like, that's interesting. So we have many stories about that, with kind of like, or when people have gifts, from where these gifts are coming. So sometimes I see from where the gifts are coming, and then they can connect to that and they can go more deeper in their gifts. So it's hard to say there is a structure. It's really like a flow, but these are very interesting things that I have as an example.
I love that. Thank you. Many
You
people
fact.
many people are seeking deeper meaning in life today. And, what would you say the purpose of reincarnation in our soul journey is, and what's the purpose of life?
I mean, I don't know. And I don't know if there is reincarnation, or, like I said, every dimension is at the same time. I don't know. I just know, since I was standing up from my brain stroke, I just follow my flow, and music is my purpose, and it's all what I can do. And that's it. And I don't know if everyone has a purpose or not, or if there is a soul purpose for everyone, because sometimes the people say everyone has to wake up, and I don't believe that, because I know so many people. We don't know, you can meet a person that is 100 million of years on the other journey in a soul consciousness level, but you meet here. So not every soul is at the same, it has to make the same experience here. That's why we are born on different things, families, we have different experience. I had this crazy theory that everyone is from a different planet, but I don't know if that is true. And we just meet here and think, hey, what's going on here? But for example, my brother, he don't speak with me either because he's very close with my mother. But 6 years ago, we had a walk together, and he said to me, you know what? I never understood or could understand why you risk your whole life, your career. It was a very good career until 29, because of music. And then you get not paid, or you have drama. And I cannot understand that, because I don't have a passion like this. I just want to live my life, pay my bills, maybe have children. That's it. And he said, as a child, he was playing keyboard. And he said, I was horrible with my keyboard. I was horrible at football. I don't have a passion. And then I told him, but you love cars, and you are very good with cars things. And that's a passion too. But I don't know how you defend passion, but I'm not good with cars. I could not change something on my car. Never. But you can do it, and you do your own colors and things. That's passion too. So, and in that moment, he was like, oh, I have a passion. But sometimes you think that's not my passion, or that's not because it's normal for you. Like for me, it's normal to sing, but for him, it's normal to have that car thing. And he was very cute that he said, but I respect your way that you do this. And I don't understand it because you go out of your comfort zone, but I respect that, but I would never do that. And that's okay for me. And I told him, you don't have to cheer me up or to be on my side, but thank you for saying this, and that you don't get it, why I risk everything, because that's my thing. That's my thing. And I'm okay with that. And, that's why, because I saw it on my brother, and till until today, he is not into my journey now with the spiritual thing less, but everyone has his own journey, and we cannot. Some people are here just to explore this, then they are gone, then they're exploring this, then they are gone. Even my father, when he died, he was not such a nice person. He was very violent to me. But after he was gone, he came during a session and he apologized. But before, he couldn't do it. So, I mean, I don't know what the purpose is, but my purpose is to not give up on my music. That's it. But everyone has to
Find their own.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I would not say there is good and bad. Even with negative and positive energy, it goes through your filter, and then you decide if something is negative and something is positive. For example, for my brother that I do the music way is negative. For me, it's positive. So it goes through your filter because energy comes to you neutral. It comes to you neutral, and then it goes to all your filters and belief systems, and then you give a form or a name to it. But before, you just wake up in the morning and you have energy. And this is not a bad or a positive energy, it's just energy. But then that's why your body is so important. But then it goes through your filters and belief system. Then you say, oh, today is a good day, or it's not a good day. You know, it's at the end, it's up to you again. It's up to you.
Well, thank you for coming on. I really loved chatting with you and learning from you and hearing your insights and your beautiful story, your message.
Thank you.
I'm going to end it with the Sai Baba quote. And he said,
Mhm.
life is a song, sing it. Life is a
Yeah.
game, play it. Life is a challenge, meet it. Life is a dream, realize it. Life is a sacrifice, offer it. Life is love, enjoy it. And I heard you express this so beautifully within your own story. So, as Gandhi would say, or Thich Nhat Hanh, my life is my message, and you have a beautiful message. So, thank you for coming on.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It was so beautiful finally to make this and to be a part of your beautiful world. Thank you that you're doing this, that you give the people the space to share their wisdom, to share your wisdom, to just open that beautiful energy field. In the quantum field, it is very, very important what you do.
Thank you, and namastizzle.
Thank you.
Just know we out here. Know we out here working in a major way. Had to speak on it just to make a break. Any given subject, know we make a way. Time to level up on a day-to-day. Know we out here working for the greater good. Expand your mind, broaden your lens the way you should. From the stars to the galaxy to speak on spirituality. Higher understanding for the neighborhood.